bunch of 30-year-old guys running around Airbnb like shooting Nerf guns at each other on a day off, it'll heal you. It'll heal whatever is rotten inside you. Influences that I've had, or the things that sort of impressed me, have been really broken into chunks. Like, there's my parents' music, right? My mom loved the oldies, Motown, but also like Peter, Paul, and Mary, and she loved James Taylor and has a huge crush on James Taylor, and we're always singing about James Taylor. It's like, okay, Mom, we get it. But then I'm, all of a sudden now I'm imprinting on James Taylor and Carole King and, the Temptations. And then my dad is in his he was raised in the rural South, but he didn't want to be a redneck. So he only listened to like radio, album oriented rock, very much yacht rock. And he loved Billy Joel, and he loved, but he also loved ZZ Top. And so I huge, basically hooks, chorus, big pop hooks are in my brain from an early age. And there's a church music, which is very emotional. And then in middle school, high school, I find the Beatles and Radiohead, and I'm oh, music can be an experience. It doesn't just have to be a delivery system of sugar or a delivery system of Jesus and emotions. And so then I'm oh, guitar pedals. All of that led me to college, where I just was writing these really rudimentary songs, 2 chords and a drum beat. And I was really influenced by hip hop. I loved how simple a 4-bar loop could go. It's just with some sample going, and you could have a 3-minute song that changes your life, right? A la Nas, or when Tyler the Creator and Earl Sweatshirt were starting Odd Future, and it's man, these beats are terrible or hard to listen to, but the words are so they're a delivery system. And so I've always just thought songs should be a good delivery system for something you're feeling, right? Some sort of human bit. Yeah. And now I'm weirdly in this folky indie rock. I feel every time I'm at the airport and you're Ubering somewhere with your guitar, the Uber driver's what kind of music do you make? Oh, bro, I don't know, everything. I love rap. I love country. I like System of a Down. Got into a 30-minute conversation about Cradle of Filth with an Uber driver in Australia. Anyway, I'm now here in this folksy songwritery space. I think I've stolen a lot from Dave Bazan, a la Page of the Lion, or I steal a lot from Randy Newman. I like how he uses his words. Wish I could arrange strings like him, but I can't. I know 3 chords. I think the inspiration for subject matter just sort of pops out of my brain. I'm an anxious kid. I was anxious as a kid and didn't know what that was. I just thought I was hyper, or I was always bouncing around, or trying to self-soothe, right? I was as a kid it was food, and then as a 20-something it was booze, and now I'm in my 30s and I'm trying not to eat and drink myself sick. So now I'm I guess I just have to yell my journal at strangers every couple days, or else I'll die. So it's just sort of always been this is at the top of my neck. What do I do with this? I can write about it. I can sing it. I can go to therapy. I can get drunk and vent to my friends. But I try to tell stories. Try to tell stories that make me feel connected. Honestly, I feel it's just me trying to tattle on myself where I don't have to live a lie. All right, it's if I can be honest with the medium, then maybe it'll help me be honest the next 3. It's I'm buying time where I showed up authentically, and I'm all right, cool. I don't have to lie to my mom when she asked me about this, or I can be honest about whatever. I don't have to. I can check my bank account. It's okay. I'm fine. I'm gonna it's one. You crack one anxiety bar open, and it helps the others fall. So it's therapeutic, and I think self-interested. That is a great question. I don't think enough people ask about that stuff, mainly because fan interaction is polarizing, right? We have Chapel Roan going on TikTok being like, please leave me the fuck alone. And then we have like the other aspect of TikTok and Instagram, which is 100% fan service, right? It's like, whatever you want, I'll give everything, right? And I think that's where we a lot of us now coming up start in that space of like, if anyone's into this, oh my God, that's so great. Which as an insecure person, I lived in that my whole life, right? Like as like a overweight teenager in like a sheltered Christian household, anybody that paid me attention, I was like, oh my God, me? Like, thank you so much. Like, oh my God, you like anything I did? Like, oh my God, like this complete like, aw shucks, imposter, I don't belong. The first person I kissed was the first person that tried to kiss me, right? It wasn't like I had any agency. It was just like, oh my God, somebody wants to kiss me. Like, yes, of course. It's like, and I think that bleeds into the artistry the kind of problem we have in the scheme right now is like, if you're paying attention to me, then you are deserving of my attention. And not to get into like a big political fan conversation, but I don't owe a fan of my music anything. I am grateful. Like there's gratitude at a spiritual level or like a universal level. But now I'm like 15 years in and I'm like, Nick, you don't have to stand outside the venue for 3 hours, like dabbing up every homie. And I want to, part of me wants to, right? There's like the little kid that's like, no, like that's amazing. People are changing your life. Yes. And you're at the airport and it's like 7 a.m. and you're in line for the water fountain and you look like shit and then there's just like this couple that doesn't know that you're on 2 hours of sleep and they're like, yo, we were overseas and we missed our family and like your record came out and we listened to it and it felt like we were home, and they're crying and then I'm crying and I'm crying because I'm tired, and I'm crying because I do actually see that they mean this and it's beautiful, and they're like, we can't, like you are it's like making their life makes sense, right? It's their, like the opposite of the 13th reason. They're like, we didn't think we were going to come back and we missed your show and now we're seeing you at the airport. Like, what is this? Like, oh my God. And I'm like, I'm going to miss my flight. And yeah, so there's just this beautiful thing about it. There's a terrible part of it. Like people bully my mom on Discord. No, she's not bullied. She's easily pressured into giving away stuff of mine, right? She wants it. She's super into it, right? So they're like, Lydia, Mama Lydia, like, can you get Nick to draw a dolphin for my tattoo? And then she texts me for a day being like, hey, so you remember, there's that really sweet fan in Kansas City that wants the dolphin tattoo. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like, no. You're not allowed. Stop talking to my mom. Mom, these kids are not as sweet as they, but he can't. There's an Earl Sweatshirt line, which is from his 2015 album, I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside, or whatever it's called. But he's like, he's talking about like, he's out somewhere and there's a bunch of kids trying to pound and pick. And he's like, but I can't get mad because they're the reason that the traffic on the browser is quick, and they're the reason that the money in my trousers thick, right? It's like, and so it's this dance, right? There's a it's just this weird thing where you're like, I'm mad but I can't be too mad because you're the reason I'm eating, kind of, or you're a torrented version, right? You're one of 1 million things that is keeping me afloat, and if I'm mean to the 1 million, it's probably reflective of my general concept. So trying to be on that gratitude, trying to be on that humility, trying to be on that, like, I could be bartending back anytime, and accepting that, and also trying to be like, Nick, you have agency, you're allowed to have boundaries, you're allowed to leave, you're allowed to say no, you're allowed to say thank you so much, and then just get in the car and leave. Working on that. Y'all gotta get new ideas. It's like one girly bob made the bracelet and got the will you write my next tattoo? And then someone sees that, consumes that parasocially, and is like, that's the standard of fandom, is get them to draw something crazy and get it tattooed tomorrow. It's like, invent some new shit. There's gotta be like, ask me. No one's asked me for like well, people did ask for my shirt last week. I was gonna say, no one's asked me for like, get creative, right? Like, think of some new stuff. Like, why is my half of my business drawing tattoos for the front row? You all gotta get some new ideas. Totally, it's been a shift. I quit drinking this year, and it's a lot harder to be on the road and not drink. I love drinking. I love playing music live. And so when those would combine for a couple years, that worked really well. And then when I realized that they were both deteriorating, it's like, oh, I have to give up some stuff to stay in the driver's seat. And touring at this point feels hard. Physically it's hard, but then like mentally it's just lonely and weird, and you have weird days, and you spend all day at the airport, and then you're in a hotel, and then it's like heightened intensity, and then you're sitting backstage like just trying to be quiet and like be gentle and stretch. Then you go outside, go into the room, and people are like nuts and they want stuff. And it's a dance. It's a dance. I love playing live. I love seeing new towns. I love like my favorite day is just walking around a town I've never been to, getting coffee, and like finding a plaque. It's like, like John C. Calhoun, like put a tree here in 1819, and that's why the town is here. And you're like, well, that's cool, whatever. I don't know. I love that shit, especially in Europe. You go see a castle. But yeah, I'm trying to find how to tour long. I'm trying to like find my longevity. Sitting at home is pretty cool. I'm more into home than I ever have been. I'd say none of my friends would tell you that I'm a home person historically. So it's a new arc for me to be into being at home and like going to my local coffee shop and making records and stuff. Bringing my running shoes, bringing the yoga mat. The boys in my band really like Nerf guns. We seem to always be falling into Nerf guns. Like, it's like one goes away and then we show up in another town and there's three more. And, like, it is, I mean, the rumors are true, like, of just like all boys in bands are just children, and a bunch of 30-year-old guys running around Airbnb like shooting Nerf guns at each other on a day off. It'll heal you. It'll heal whatever is rotten inside you. It will just get you right back to like, we are lucky to do this. This is a gift. Happy to be here. These are my friends. The fans are not my enemies. We're a part of a community. That's the thing that it's like, remember, this is not oppositional. So playing the yoga, the jump rope, the whatever you can do. Honestly, the most prized possession of our entire touring outfit is the JBL boombox. We had a Charge 5, which is like this size. And then this past tour, we went and got the Mac Daddy. It's the JBL boombox 3 or something. It's like this big, $400. We all threw in for it. We have equity. We have shares in it in case the value goes up. We'll all get rich. JBL, look out for us. And yeah, we hooked it up to the Bluetooth in the car. So we're watching The Matrix in the van, and the JBL is projecting it loud as fuck. Poor me, I was driving that day, but I could hear Matrix in as high quality audio as you can get for a streaming boombox. For a Bluetooth boombox, it was slapping. But having some vibes in the green room, getting like listening to other people's music is essential. Remembering that other people make music, not just you. That's very, very helpful to get in the spirit. Oh, coming out the JBL this month, we've been listening to a lot of that new CMAT album. Are you aware of this little Irish girlie? CMAT, she's incredible. There's always, well, Men I Trust. Are you aware of this band? They're French Canadian. That is like, I'd say the thing that is like, if the JBL had like it was a TV that was a logo would get burnt in the corner. It's like every time we're loading out, every time we're like, we don't know what to play, we just put on Men I Trust, and it's just like this like deep breath for the guys. And then there's a lot of Keith Whitley that gets played. A lot of like calming, like 80s, like dreamy country keyboard tones. That's the kind of, we have to be soothed. We're anxious alcoholics. So it's like, it's either, it's like the bottle or like creamy, soft tones to coax us into wanting to play again. That's an interesting question. Last night at the awards, Old 97s got presented like a lifetime award, and Rhett Miller, maybe the bass player, got up and said, if I could have any advice for musicians, it's make a band with your friends, be in a band with your best friends. And I met Paul, my music director and sort of co-conspirator, 15 years ago in college, and we just immediately clicked. And every time we brought someone in, it's been someone we vouched for with our life. I brought Steve, our bass player from Alaska, and that's a guy I just met in a bar talking. And then we went to another bar and he started feeding the jukebox, and everything he played was something I loved. And I was like, stay close, brother. And now 10 years later, he's in the band. And then Paul was a huge fan of this guy called Josh Gilligan, and we invited him to go get tacos one day. And now that was, it's 18 months ago, and Josh brought in a boy that he had played with that he loved. And so it's like, you have to tour with people you love. I understand that some teams grow really quickly and you just hire professional as you can get and hope that the hang is good. But for me, we've grown so slowly that at a nice pace for me, where I've gotten to create the healthy bonds. And and now we're going through this really weird challenge of me getting sober and them still kind of on their like party boy shit, and we get to figure out. And that was something that I think Rosanna Cash said last night while she was presenting the Old 97s, was to be in a band for over 30 years, you have to be good at conflict resolution. I was definitely taking notes, because I think that there's this instinct, especially now in the digital disposable realm, where it's just like, as soon as you don't like someone or they offend you or you have beef, it's just like, we don't work together anymore. And it's very easy to do that. We're all very disposable. But I would like to be able to have long-term relationships, with my manager, my label, like my band, I'm not in a business. I really don't want to do the chore of having to re-inform everyone. And like, I'd rather work it out. I'd rather grow. And I think working with people you love and trust or admire, that's the goal. That's how you do it for a long time. Be honest. Just be honest. Say the hard thing out loud, and hope that they return the favor. Well, right around the time that I got sober, I put in a request for a sabbatical, like a long break. So next month, I'm hopefully turning in an album that I made this summer, and then wiping my hands clean of being medium build for several months, and riding my bike, spending some time with my parents, spending some time with my dogs, celebrating other people's lives. We've had a really busy 2 years of signing and touring, and a lot of my life has been about me, and a lot of my world has revolved around me and the things I've created or the things I touch. And I'd really like to spend some time with the lens focused on stuff that I'm not involved in, celebrating other people's lives, and we're just being alone in the woods, walking, not consuming stuff. And take a big break. We made a really great album this summer. And I think we'll put that out next year. And that will be really cool. Probably tee us up for another 18 months of on that road, listening to the JBL. Yeah, got a couple cool collabs coming. I got a song with Lori McKenna that just came out a little while ago. And a song with Sydney Rose for the All Things Go Ally Coalition fundraiser. Did a cover of Sympathy is a Knife by Miss Charlie XCX. And I'm obsessed, and that's no secret. So yeah, trying to like have fun while album is percolating. I just want to like keep feeding people little fun stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna go away. I'm gonna chill. If you see me at the park or the coffee shop, just wave. I'll wave back. That may be it. I may not engage, but I'll wave.
So I should definitely start crying until okay, perfect.
Don't tell me about your family trauma at Dawson. How will I know?
At the park too at 7 a.m. while you're running.
Yeah.
Like just jog next to you.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I'll just join you on the run.
I had a new one this week. Usually I'm jogging and someone is in their car like, hey bro, big fan. Like this time I was walking and this guy was jogging, but he was clearly on his Strava shit. He did not want to stop his pace. So he was like, love the new song. And just like kept going. I was like, hell yeah, keep your pace, bro. You got to post up that Strava. Oh, studio albums all day. No, because you're not cooking it. No, it's not. It's too mobile. No, because it's not crunchy. But I know they have soft shell tacos, but I think the whole concept of taco, fuck. Hot dog's not a taco. I don't know why I know that. It's just, I just know that. No, God no. No, but you get that natural shit. You're gonna have some oil at the top. But no, peanut butter in its truest form and its most homogenized, like, Procter & Gamble form, it's not liquid. More about what I can't do. I can't whistle. I have pretty decent eyesight until last night when we saw a guy across the bar that looked just like a guy and it wasn't a guy, but I couldn't tell. It was dim. I've just, this year I've really gotten deeper into birding and yoga. I'm pretty like normie shit. Turns out you get sober, you're like, what do people do? A lot of time with my girl Adrian, yoga with Adrian. Yeah, I'm a big YouTube wellness. I'm consuming a lot of talks by the deceased Zen Buddhist teacher Alan Watts. It's pretty normie shit going on in my house.
We love normie shit. We do. All of a sudden you're like, there are birds out there. Where have you been?
Yeah.
And what are you?
They're constantly...
It's like plants. You're like, people are like, what is that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Normie shit is good though.
Yeah. When I moved to Alaska, everyone in Alaska knows the names of the trees in the mountains. And I remember like coming from the suburbs of Atlanta, like I didn't know the name of anything. I could tell you where the Waffle House was and the Target. I know the names of the streets. Like moving to a place and they're like, oh, like, yeah, the spruce and the birch and the blah, blah, blah. like, you know your surroundings. And so I made me like jealous for that. I wanted that for myself. And so I'm, 34 years old. Yeah. Shazamming a fucking bird and tree.
Hey, stunning people. If you want to get into the Salt Lick groove, head over to our channel page and get clicking. Tons of good stuff.